So hey guys, how's it going? So good. I'm pissed off right now because my mic wasn't working earlier and I was just talking into an empty mic for 13 minutes and I have to redo the video and it kind of pisses me off just a little bit. But you could help me get less pissed off by giving me a thumbs up. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Anyways, we'll talk about Nikola Motors versus Lordstown Motors. We'll compare the business and the market cap. So, Nikola has a $12.64 billion market cap. Why? Because rich people want it to be a $12.64 billion company. So, who am I to complain for it to be that much? Look at the volume. It's traded 32 million shares. If we look at the volume itself, that's a lot of volume, like 70 million, 51 million, 37 million, 53 million, like retail investors can't do these millions of shares trading, especially at $35. Retail investors can trade maybe 100 shares, 1,000 shares, maybe 5,000 shares. If you take 10,000 retail investors and they were average of 1,000 shares, that would be, 1 million shares maybe? I don't know. 1,000 times 10,000 retail investors. 10 million shares? But will they can do that every day? Will they just be like, a million shares? There's also the market maker. The market maker also keeps the liquidity by shorting and buying the stock on a consistent basis, keeping the stock liquid. But, and then whenever I make a video about Nikola, there seems to be a lot of people that watch it. And that's why I see it over the internet. So maybe there's 10,000 shareholders. I don't know at the end of the day. Just consistently buying and selling 1,000 shares every day. I don't know how the market really works, but I feel like with a $12.64 billion, there are a few billionaires in there. There are a few billionaires in there that have like a few $100 million invested, maybe even $1 billion invested in Nikola. I don't know at the end of the day, but that's what I feel. But let's just compare the business model and not the market cap, because the market cap absolutely makes no sense for Nikola. So Nikola has about $1 billion of cash on the balance sheet. And they are building a factory in, I don't know where, somewhere in the United States. I can't remember. And I could be wrong on this, but I think they are spending around $600 million on that facility. That's their budget anyways. It might go over, it might go under. I think Tesla spent billions on their factory, so we'll see where that gets them. But they expect to spend around $600 million, and that factory is going to pump out trucks for them. Hydrogen fuel cell trucks. And they are also building the Nikola Badger, which they're going to use a third-party vendor to do it. And then they also have a partner in Europe that's building the hydrogen fuel cell trucks. So, yes, that's their business model right now. They're not going to generate any revenue for a long time. Probably near the end of 2021. So now let's look at Diamond Peak Holdings. Diamond Peak Holdings, this is not official yet. They may not even merge with Diamond Peak Holdings, so be aware of that risk when investing into this company. I mean, there is already an agreement between the two companies because there's been a press release. So, but, even if there's a press release, it's not 100% guaranteed that Diamond Peak Holdings will merge with Lordstown Motor, so be aware of that risk. But let's just look at the risk side of Diamond Peak Holdings right now. The worst case scenario is this stock goes back to $10, and then you sell out at $10, you take your loss, and you move on. You find your next stock. Would it go any lower than $10? I highly doubt it, because if we just look at from a charting perspective, it was literally sitting at like $9 to $10 for like a long time. because it was just a shell company. It went as low as 960, and the highest has been was 1045, and the announcement caused it to skyrocket to $15. Now it's pulled back to around $12.40. So worst case scenario, this thing goes back to $10. Acquisition doesn't go through, back to $10. I don't think so. I think the acquisition will go through because they've already have a binding agreement, and if that binding agreements get broken, somebody is going to get sued. Maybe. I don't know for sure though. And there might be some kind of bad news in the pipeline for Diamond Peaks Holdings that might cause the stock to tank. I don't know. Do your research. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure make sure you know that you're risking your money when you buy into this company. But besides that, let's look at the business model. They're partnered up with GM. They have a facility in Lordstown right now that they are updating so they can use to build the trucks. And they say they don't need. They say they don't need to raise any more money. They say that this money that they're getting from the investors and from this acquisition of Diamond Peak Holdings will be enough. Will be roughly about $600 or $700 million. Will be enough for them to ramp up the trucks and sell to customers, and then they'll use that cash flow positive to bring back into the company to reinvest it to continue to grow the business. So, I mean, this is basically the bottom right now for Diamond Peaks Holding. I mean, the bottom would be $10. Will it go down to $10? It could. Absolutely. That's the risk you buy into the stock. It could make a bottom. But the business model between Nikola and Lordstown Motor is worlds apart, in my opinion. And if we take into the market cap, worlds apart, like big time. Because Nikola is worth 10 times more than Lordstown Motors. So yeah, that's what it is. Now let's talk a little bit about Solo. So Solo just had an event with this CFO. Electrima names 3 finalists stage for BDO. No, not that one. So yeah, there was an event for the SSN Network Virtual Conference. I just finished recording that. And I'll release it on the weekend, but you guys can watch it for yourself. Most of you already will watch it for yourself. So a few things I want to bring up. First of all, the CFO was saying that she thinks that a massive catalyst would be when they announce full production. They will be starting and the full production news will be coming in the coming weeks. He said coming weeks. So between now to the end of August, there should be some kind of news release. So the stock could just trade sideways for the rest of the month. And then near the end of August, it could just pop up like crazy. Or it could just stay like this. Or it could fall flat and go back down to below $1. I mean below $2. Maybe go back to $1. I don't know what the market will do at the end of the day. But the company does have $50 million of cash on the balance sheet and 0 debt. At the end of the day, big money will ultimately move the stock. Maybe they won't move the stock because I'm an investor and they don't want to transfer wealth to me. That's fine. That's just my luck, I guess. I make a video about it, and maybe big money just doesn't want to pump the stock, and that's my reality at the end of the day. But I ultimately believe that big money moves this stock. I think eventually one day we will see a pump in the stock again. When? I don't know. Maybe when deliveries start happening. Maybe. Maybe not. That's just life. That's just how the market works sometimes. It could just stay like this forever. But one day, I believe in this business model, and I believe that one day the stock will get pumped. But if it doesn't, if it crashes back down to $2, $1 something, I'm buying more. because I think I think that they will succeed in their business model, but we'll see. Neo today had a nice day. Neo, again, they have rich people. $16 billion market cap, $16.5 billion. Is that coming from retail investors? Do retail investors have $1 billion? Or do they have less than $1 million to invest? I would say less than $1 million to invest. And yeah, maybe they have like 100,000 retail investors that are pumping the stock. Maybe. I don't know. But I really think retail investors can't move the stock. Shell, Shell is more riskier than Diamond Peak Holdings in my opinion. But you know what? My throat is hurting. This is already a 10-minute video. I'm gonna stop it here. But so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe for future updates and have a great day. Bye.